We think that, yes, it should be prison correctional facility, so that it will add in our mind that there should be correction as we talk about prison. Because currently what we are simply doing is we are just warehousing them. It's not like you just buy something, you just go and open a warehouse, you put it and then you lock. But that should not be the case. It should be correctional. So we thank you so much for the suggestions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Just a very simple question for the minister as he still on his seat. When are you going to do your next mass recruitment?
Now that Madam Chair knows, I always have to get
Honorable Minister, I will overrule the question.
Thank you.
Look, all the talking, you didn't tell them that Ankafu Prison is also my constituency.
We'll be there.
Okay, the next infraction is on the next infraction is on paragraph 1851. That is Immigration Service, your head office.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman. This has to do with withholding taxes to the tune of 1,272,473 Ghana cedis. Some people supply goods and services, and your organization was supposed to pay withholding taxes to GRA. During the reconciliation, it came out that out of 8,700,000 plus, you paid 7,461,000, leaving with an amount of 1,272,473 Ghana cedis, 29 pesos. Management also realized that, let me find out, has this money been paid? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, there was reconciliation. The 1.272 is not all. Some were exemptions from GRA. It had to do with officers' rent allowance, which is exempted, but it was added to the figure. With the reconciliation, the amount that was left was 159,001.17 cedis, which was duly paid to the GRA. There is evidence to that effect. And in fact, 65,097 cedis was paid but was captured as part of the non-payments. So the amount of 159,001 cedis, 17 pesos, has been duly paid to the GRA.
Thank you, Controller. Can the auditors confirm this?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that the tax exemption amounted to 1,113,472 cedis, and the actual payment was 159,000.
Thank you, Controller. Good job done.
1 minute. I just want to find out, don't you pay taxes on your rent? The security agencies are not supposed to pay taxes on their rent.
Madam Chair, yes, and there's the evidence we've given them the letter, because, I mean, as you may know, this their rent is because of the persons worked it out through Parliament to exempt them. So because of that, they don't. Almost all of them, and there's not almost, all of them don't pay tax on their rent.
Respectfully, I want the auditors to confirm if, and there's a rule or there's a law that exempts the security agencies from paying.
Yes, Honorable Chair, they have a letter. This is actually a subsidy, rent subsidy. So it's not part of their monthly salary.
So it's not an exemption, it's a subsidy. Yes. There's a clear difference between an exemption and then a subsidy.
You know, you have to teach us financial the terms, so that will...
Okay, Ghana Immigration Service. You procured some shoes without getting a concurrent approval for it. The recommendation was for the Controller General should initiate the process of implementing the provision under Section 92 of the Public Procurement Act, 2003, as amended, for the implementation of the sanctions against the officers whose actions occasion that anomaly. Have you done that?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In actual fact, the necessary procurements were obtained. The procurement was done in 2022, and the payment done somewhere in 2024. The documentation, the approval from Public Procurement Authority is there. The tender review committee report is there. Everything was done, and the auditors have been furnished with all the documentation. I think it was the question of citing documentation.
Where were the documents when the auditors came?
I think we have challenges with space. Our headquarters is very, very, very small. So sometimes document preservation is a challenge. So I think within the period of the reconciliation, they obtained the documents. But it wasn't that the procurement was done without the proper authorization. The approvals were gotten actually before the procurement, and all the documents were furnished to the auditors, and we have copies.
Auditors, have you cited these documents?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the documents were subsequently submitted to us. We captured it because it came a bit late, but then we had almost completed a report. But they provided the documents, and we realized that indeed the procurement procedures actually started way back 2022.
So, Mr. Chair, I mean, let me just say this. It came again, like I rightly said, the time and the command and control, the way it goes. Because this was 2022, and like the comptroller just said, the office space there is really choked. So when the infraction was raised in 2024, to go and get documentation from 2022 to prove that it was properly done, there was that little delay, and that's what caused it. But not because it wasn't there. And I'm sure the auditors just confirmed that they received it. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, thank you for attending to the committee. And which one? Oh, Mr. Chair, I thought you are my friend. When they decided me, let me.
No, you see the way our women are beautifully attired here. They need to speak for people to know the worth that they have in them. So now we have to do fire, so allow us to come to Ghana National Fire Service. That's what I was telling her. Okay.
The next one is on Ghana National Fire Service, New Edubiase, who's taking 1858.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, this infraction has to do with someone earns salary for 3 individuals to the tune of 16,570 Ghana cedis. And that 2 of them, they said, have been deceased. And I wonder why you verify a deceased person. Yesterday, we saw some individuals being verified for 26 months who were deceased. But they were asked that these amounts be taken from their next of kin. What recovery have been done out of these 16,000 so far?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. We did a reconciliation with the auditors and realized it was 7,289.1 and not 16,570.60. Honorable Chair, please, the money has been recovered and duly paid to the appropriate quarters.
Auditors, can you please confirm this reconciliated figure and the recovery as well?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the amount was reconciled down to 7,269, which has been recovered.
Okay, Chairman.
The next infractions on paragraph 1861, and Honorable Hotoje will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this infraction has to do with an end salary at the fire station in Offenso. John Tewia, a leading fireman with staff ID 1294582, who vacated posts from 1st November 2023, was validated and paid an end salary of 3,485.49 for November 2023. The recommendation of the auditors is that the municipal fire commander must ensure that the affected staff paid back that money with prevailing Bank of Ghana rate and lodge same in Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana, failing which the municipal fire officer and the validator should be made to pay the money. What is the current status of this particular issue?
Honorable Chair, as you said, the validators were made to pay the amount and it's duly paid.
Mr. Auditor, is that true? Has that been done accordingly?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the amount has been recovered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. The next one is on paragraph 1863, and it's on an end salary of 6,152. What has happened to this amount?
Honorable Chair, please, it has been recovered and paid appropriately to the authorities concerned.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Now, thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, let me just add, just for emphasis, we are not joking with this on end and all that. Once you validate, you carry the cross. We are very clear on that. You pay. They have some excuse. For example, someone has a jurisdiction, let's say he has a jurisdiction of, say, Offenso and, say, Techiman, and he will have an excuse that, oh, because Techiman is far from Offenso, before I got to know, the month has ended. I said, no, that's your headache to carry. You don't validate if you are not sure. Once you did the validation, you pay the penalty. So that's why we've been able to retrieve all from those who validated. If somebody is dead and you give the money, we are not going to be running after the deceased family. You, the one who validated, will have to suffer the consequences. Because if in the security service, you can allow this to happen, then that means there will be complete chaos. So we are very firm and will continue to hold the line and make sure that this nature of infractions do not happen. If it will happen, it should happen somewhere, but not within the security services. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and your team. You have done very well over here, answered all the questions. You are duly discharged.
Sorry, Honorable Minister, there are a few public interest questions that have been brought to my attention that I believe that the people of Ghana are waiting for one of the wonderful ministers we have in this country to help your agency answer. Yes. Oh no, today it's clear. It's been shown that Minister, you're on top of what you do, and I'm happy that.
Madam Chair, I beg you, if you could let me.
Yes. This is my personal, view of things, that you're on top of what you do, and I'm very happy with not just the submissions that you have made, but you are looking into the future, moving forward, what you intend to do to help curb some of these infractions. I'm happy with, one, the digitalization of the whole process, so that it will go a long way to reduce human interventions. And usually when human interventions are reduced, there's efficiency and things get better. And so I'm happy with that. I'm also happy to hear that the feeding for the prison inmates have been increased from 1 CD, 80 pesos, to 5 CDs. I'm happy because in this country, we are one people, irrespective of where you find yourself. Whether you're a prisoner or you're a child enjoying free SHS, we are one people, and as such, we should all look to the interests of our citizens. So I'm happy that this is going to be done and it's going to be reflected in the next budget. There are two things. Ghana Immigration Service. Your people are saying that whenever they are sick or they need some health intervention, they always have to come all the way from Accra. Those who are not within Accra, they always will have to come all the way from wherever they are to Accra to enjoy these services. When it comes to endorsements of loans and all these things, they always will have to come from wherever they find themselves in the region to Accra. But I believe that we have offices and command centers in various places. With the improvements that your minister is talking about, it is time that I believe you set up offices in places that will be convenient for everybody, because everywhere, every part of this country is Ghana. So once they are somewhere, they should be able to enjoy the same benefits, the basic benefits that every person, be it in Accra or Kumasi or wherever, is enjoying. And so, Minister, I'll plead with you to work with the comptroller to make sure some of these little things that helps and boosts staff morale are put in place so that we keep that huge distance that they have to come all the way to enjoy some of these benefits. And secondly, to the IGP, I want to know the process. Okay, let me put it this way. If a mob attacks a police station, what should be the response? I wasn't happy when I saw that the Tafo police station had been attacked and a letter had been written that it's being closed down, the staff are being transferred to a different place. Should that be the reaction when a mob attacks a police station? And lastly, in the process of promotion, I believe that there should be fairness. A lot of people complain about the fact that even though they are laid down procedures to go into what you call the college, sometimes they get the feeling that the processes are circumvented and people who are due to go for or to attend what you call the college are not given that opportunity. But I believe that irrespective of whom you know, or who you know, if you have at least attained that minimum, that basic qualification to earn you that place, whether it is Honorable Muntaka, who is the IGP, or it is Mrs. Bafo-Boni, who is the IGP, you will have to go because that is what the rule says. So if you can take time to explain this to us, we're very grateful. Because today, if I don't do this, the people of Ghana would not be happy with me.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll let the commanders respond, because some of the issues are not exactly so, then I'll fill in. So maybe we'll start with immigration.
Yes, Madam Chair. Regarding loan endorsements, we realize that a lot of the officers take the loan, the next moment, he's traveled out of the country, he's not coming back. And the employer guaranteeing means it becomes the liability of the service. So we asked the regional commanders to do due diligence, just like the unearned salary. So if they are not sure of you, they would ask you to go to the center. And the records have shown a lot of them. So now most of the banks are now putting insurance on the loans. With those ones, the regional commanders can do. You imagine an employee who is less than 2 years is asking for a loan of 50,000. He hasn't even finished serving probation. These are the challenges. They will not tell you the truth. Most of them really don't qualify for the things they apply for and they are denied. So with regards to the loan, we are realizing we are incurring a lot of liabilities because of people take the loan, he absconds outside the country, never to return. So with that one, the regional commanders are also trying to avoid being held accountable. 2-3 months salary is different from a loan. So that is the challenge. With regards to the medical issue, it's never true. I was a regional commander from Bono region before I came to headquarters. As soon as you are taken ill, especially if it's a serious condition, the service takes over. Headquarters will advance some money to the regional commander or whoever is responsible. If it becomes even critical, we partner with the Air Force, they will airlift you to Accra. We have regional hospitals. They all go and they submit their bills to be paid. And this
Do you
is
have
where
hospitals around, or
all the regional hospitals,
you can attend any of the regional hospitals?
you go and submit the bill. These officers will harass us for their rent allowance, which is 300 Ghana. When we tell them, let's put that money into a fund and take care of everyone, no, they are up in arms. In reality, if I give you the 300 Ghana, I'm done with you. But we've gone beyond that. If we knew, we would have brought you bills. We pay officers' bills to the tune of 100, 200,000 plus. Because we have instituted a welfare fund, a medical fund. Every month we deduct a certain amount from our salaries just to take care of these things. I think what has happened in the past is that it has not been formalized. So I have directed the finance and admin to sign an agreement with all regional hospitals, just like in Accra, we have with Rich Hospital and 37. You go there, you are treated, and the bill is sent to the service to pay. You go to Asimfo, so we have it with the St. Joseph's Hospital. They take care of the trainees. Then the bill comes later, then we pay. In the past, it wasn't formalized. When it happens, the knee-jerk approach. But I've actually tasked to sign an agreement with, and I think our training school at Chebi, we have already done that with the Chebi Government Hospital because it's a training facility. So it is not true that they have to come all the way to Accra, no.
I'm happy that you said you've asked that they formalize the agreements between the regional hospitals so that when they go there, their bills are brought to you, validated first, and then brought to you, because that is also important. You don't want a situation where you are saddled with so much that you tend to wonder if truly this is actually the bill coming from you. But I'm asking also, aren't they mandated to use their NHIA cards or to cover bills that NHIA does not cover?
That is the challenge. Some of them are very stubborn. We even wanted a situation whereby we could procure the NIA card compulsorily from their 300 Ghana medical allowance. They will go to all manner of media houses and peddle lies. So we give them the option. But it's mandatory for every officer to have an NIA card. But most of them will not renew it. That is the challenge. Because they think that when it gets critical, the service will take over.
Well, Madam, maybe before the IGP comes on the immigration, just to fill in, one of, like he rightly said about the loans, one of the things that I've been suggesting to them is that, well, we can let people take the loan and the regional commanders be reassured that don't let it be so stressful, but understand that we'll put you on the stop list. So the moment you take a loan, we'll put you on the stop list to say that you are the type who cannot travel. Then they say that it's abusive. So you want to eat your cake and have it. No, we'll let you take the loan, because what we normally realize is that officers who have done something and they've gotten some school or they've gotten some opportunity to travel, they are those who quickly go in for a loan and use the service as guarantee. Then before you realize, the next moment, the person has left, then he will write that he's quitting the service. So we said, fine, it will be easier. We'll let you take the loan at the regional level. Let the commander just allow you to take it, but immediately we'll put you on the stop list. With regards to the health, listen, I've been talking to the comptroller. I'm thinking that instead of us to wait for them to sometimes fall sick and then we'll foot all this bill, why are we not going to put it as part of our budget line? That we will ensure that you have an health insurance that is working. So that at least the top is what we'll be struggling with, the additional. But at least health insurance takes care of the core. Unfortunately, because immigration is a new institution, just like fire, not like the police has hospital. But the major challenge we even have now is that with the police hospital, I keep telling them that we are in the same agency. Why are we still acting and behaving in silos? If there's a police hospital, all the services should be able to attend and be given the same courtesies like the police officers, so that we equip the police officers. Instead of police also want to build hospital across all the 16 regions. Immigration wants to build hospital across the 16 regions. Fire wants to do it. Then, where we do not have police hospital, we can say maybe this fire hospital. Then another place will build immigration, then prison. But they are working together and making sure they are taking care of themselves. But the challenge, as you may know, as we speak, the police hospital in Kumasi was commissioned by me. The Tamale Police Hospital is ready for commission. We don't have staff to man it. And we need to recruit doctors, nurses, and what have you to man it. But the usual thing, waiting for financial clearance from finance minister to be able to do that. So the facilities are there, but we don't have the men to man it. So we are hoping that when we get there, because at least the police have some facilities across the country, working together, all the services to be able to go there, having the health insurance card. The additional one, we'll be able to work it out because we are in the same ministry. So we are trying to put up the best modalities to see how we'll take good care of them whilst they are serving the country. But I sincerely believe we should be able to do this. Even the police that we have the police hospitals, let's make sure that we have the health insurance card for them so that we are only burdened with the additional funding beyond what the National Health Insurance can do. Thank you, Madam. So now maybe IGP will respond to this comment about
Honorable Minister, I want to use this forum to tell members of the public that we all have to condemn the acts of irate youths always attacking police stations. There's a community in this country where we have one police station, which is a divisional headquarters being built by government. And then we have another that is the district headquarters being built by the locals themselves. When they were going to attack, they went to the building that was built by the government, they burned the building down. They came to their local building, and somebody said, no, this way it was the MP who built it, so let us not touch it. So they didn't touch it. And so today, when you are in your area and you are asking us, we should come and open a police station, we'll ask you to build a police station yourself. And it is when you build a police station, and all those areas where there are these disturbances, they never attacked the stations that were built by the community themselves. And it is not good for this country. And so if you ask of closing down, yes, we'll close down because you have destroyed the station.
Mr. IGP, that cannot be the response because there are several places in this country where mobs have attacked police stations, but we never hear that the police stations have been closed down. So, Honorable Minister, for me, I don't think that should be the response. It's like the fact that your child, yes, pees on your lap doesn't mean you should cut your lap off. Exactly. What can you do to help strengthen your engagement with the community there so that they will see that you people are one, you are there to protect them, and they are also there to discharge their mandates as citizens. But clearly, I don't think the answer should be the shutting down. I'm not happy with the way things went. The fact that
Madam,
they attacked the place, the fact that it was burnt down.
Madam, this is the answer I have to give, Madam. There's nothing
more
than
this answer.
Can I finish, please?
Can I finish? The
Yes.
fact that you even, some of your men were hurt, I mean, it is not something that we are happy with. But I don't think that the police is there to protect people, protect property, protect the community. I don't think that should be the answer. Maybe if there are certain sanctions that you put in place to help reduce these things, yes, but the answer shouldn't be that just because my son or my daughter has done this, you are no more my son, you are no more my daughter. I have disowned you. That shouldn't be the case.
Well, Madam Chair, to say that you have to understand where the IG is coming from. I must say, he hasn't closed any police station without first talking to me. And each time each time he comes to me, I ask, what is the situation like? And I can tell you, Madam Chair, I know of the old Tafoda. Madam Chair, are you listening? Madam Chair, you asked a question, so I'm trying to answer. If you could listen so that we are not denying that we'll close some station. What I'm saying is that there's not a single one he closed, the IGP closed without talking to me as the minister. And each time he came, I have asked some questions. One, what is the situation like? He will give me what we call the situational report. And I've cross-checked each of it with the regional minister. And in some instances, in the case of Eastern Region, you can find out from our colleague, the regional minister, where I tasked her to even go to the community. Each of the instances where we had to close, each of the instances that we had to close, it is when our men are in danger. One, the men that you have there are not many. And the community mob outnumbers the police. We do not want a situation where anybody will lose life because of the confrontation with the police. So we'll say that, can we close it temporary? Whilst we get the regional minister and others go in, intervene, calm tempers down, then we'll reopen. Because it is for safety of our men. It's not that we are doing it as a punishment to close down so that, because in that heat, you see, the challenge that I've noticed over the period is that when you anger the police, you assume that he is professional, he should be able to act professional, but with the greatest way, it's like you and I, the same blood, the same. So once a stone hits him, he begins to cock his gun. And then when there's death, then we are on them. So but when there's danger, but where we have men, let's say we have a barracks, the men are many, or maybe there's even a nearby police station or place that we can call for reinforcement, we quickly call for reinforcement to enforce the law and order and protect the men that are there. So all those instances that you notice that you check, you see that it's a small police station where the men are few and the irate youth, the anger is so high that you want to get tempers down. So you can be rest assured. I can assure you that we will not run away from our responsibility. That because you have shot and killed a police officer, so we are packing out of a whole region or out of a whole district or out of a whole town. But during that period where tempers are high, what we do is that we withdraw, and there are so many examples. I'll tell you like Boko. When they were at a peak of time, they attacked the divisional command, they burned the police station. Even our men who were living in private homes, we have to withdraw all of them into a camp, the military camp, just for safety. Not even only them. There were immigration, fire, we had to quickly move into the camp just to make sure that they safeguard. Then it was only the military then who were stepping out with armored vehicles to make sure that tempers calm down before we go back to be able to open. In Nkranza, I can tell you, so we have a number of instances, but it is on the situation and the need to do it. It's not an arbitrary thing, but we do it on the need to do it. And usually, it's not supposed to be for a long period. It is just to make sure that tempers are down, we get our men back, we refix the place. But what we want to make an appeal through all of us is that we should be able to talk to our citizens, to know that police are supposed to be our friends. The time where we have a police force is different from now we have police service. They are supposed to serve us. They are supposed to be our first line of what you call a protection. That's why you see that in the case of the military, because they are not trained to manage people, even if you throw sachet water to a soldier, he throws bullets back to you. Because for them, anything you throw to him, even if you throw an handkerchief to a soldier, for him, that's a missile. And then he will fire you with a bullet. So, but the police are not like that. But sometimes when they are in danger, we need to appreciate that we need to de-escalate, especially where they are blaming one police officer or the other for the cause of a death or injury. If you don't do that, you are not careful, you may escalate the whole thing. So, madam, be rest assured, if there's any police station that is still closed, I can assure you that together with the IGP, we'll take steps to get them open.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. You know, the letter did not say that it was they are stepping it down for a while to look at the situation and get back. They are closing the police station, they are sending their men outside. And I'm thinking, maybe, I know they also reacted to a suspect dying in the custody of the police. And so that is why. But these two wrongs will not bring the person
obviously
back. But so we should find how we can engage more, the police can engage more in community. I don't think that people will just go out of their way to burn down police stations that have been built by governments. It is not the case, and it is not intentional that they will leave that of the police station built by the MP and then go ahead and burn police stations built by government. No, I think we should.
In fact, Madam Chair, it's what we are saying. So, the interesting thing, over the period I've been an MP, I have built more police stations than what government had done. And if you go to Aswansi, the only one that we had, that we used to call Aswansi police station, was the airport police station, which is at the airport now. You go to Aswansi, we built one in Boban, we built one in Pakoso and Asokoro Mompong, which was done privately. And I can tell you there have been instances where, I think the one in Aswansi proper now, where there was an infraction. When they wanted to do like they had done to the airport police station before, the same member said, no, this one was built by our MPO. So, I mean, what the idea is saying is a fact.
Minister,
but what we are saying is that whether it is being
it's all
built,
about engagement.
Yes, I agree with you.
So if you engage closely with them, they will cherish you and they will make sure they work hand in hand with you. So maybe let us engage more with the citizens.
In fact, it's the reason why we are trying to even
understand where they are coming from. But I also am speaking as a citizen of this country that we need that protection. And so for any reason, if one wrong has been done, it doesn't mean that you should pull away
well
your
noted,
services.
Madam Chair.
So the second one to do with the college attendance. I'll be grateful if I can.
Yes, I mean, IG will try, but I will also add up when he's done about the recruitment into the college, even the promotion.
Honorable Chair, for the college, there's no, let's say, there's no exercise going now for people to go to college, and that one will be done later. Really, those things happened in the past, and then when I resumed office, I did all within my powers to make sure that we correct all those anomalies about promotions. So those anomalies were sent to the police council, and then they were approved. And so personnel who were far behind in their ranks, 4 years, 5 years, 6, 8 years, and they were not promoted, they have been given those promotions. And so preparation to go to police academy, nothing is going on as at now. And so those complaints cannot happen at this time of the period. Thank you very much.
Well, Madam Chair, like the IG rightly said, we had taken steps. When we came, we had all these complaints, and we took steps to say that, look, let's right the wrong. And let's, if anybody is not satisfied, let's have a petition. As you and I speak, we have, I think, about 7 petitions that has been looked at. We have the police council meeting sometime maybe this week or early next week. Those ones will even be looked at. Then about the college. Look, you have to be chief inspector before you can get to college. At a point in time, you have more chief inspectors than the space can take. So you have to introduce an entrance exams. And then some will fail, some will pass. Even the passing, let's assume if you set 50% for passing, and I'm learning from the law school incident. So you don't set the pass mark, you just say that, look, this can take 200. So I'll take the first 200 to go. Another opportunity comes, the others will go. I know your challenge, the challenge is about the transparent nature of it. How transparent is it? So that we are trying to make sure that we put up the right modalities to make sure that when it is done, you will not have this unnecessarily suspicion that someone who didn't qualify has been given an opportunity to go, whilst those who qualify are sitting behind. Since we came, there hasn't been any opportunity to go to Cali because of this same financial clearance. But we are working at it, and I can assure you and the general public is that when the time comes and we are going, we will make sure that the right things are done. And those who sincerely and genuinely have the opportunity to go will have the opportunity to go. You know, in the past, we've seen people where, as they themselves said, you have to be chief inspector before you go. Somebody's an inspector and he's made to go ahead of people who are chief inspectors. I can assure you that will not happen under our watch. We'll make sure that the right thing is done. Even the chief inspectors, some is a chief inspector, but he doesn't even have a diploma or a degree. You can't go ahead of somebody who has maybe his degree and a master's. You have to write the entrance exam. So we'll make sure that those things are properly done. With regards to the promotion, Madam Chair, I am very clear on my mind. even the police administration themselves don't feel comfortable when I say it. I don't see anywhere in this world where what they are doing happens. With the greater respect, when I see around this table, I've been in the Chamber of Parliament longer than any of you. So when it comes to Parliament and what we do, I know we all know ourselves. And even though we might have come in the same year, we know each other's worth. You just sit in the police, 4 years, it's time for promotion. Then all of us are promoted. 4 years is another time for promotion. Then all of us are promoted. What is the incentive for hard work? There will be no incentive for anybody to work hard because, as we all know, the harder you work, the more you are likely to have service issues. Because you are working very hard, you make some mistake here, then they will query you, you make that mistake a little there. It is the one who goes to fetch water that breaks the pot. So I don't want any infraction, so I'll fold my hand and just be lying down. And then 4 years come, I get promoted. You, the one who's been working very hard, sometimes you get queries and other things. Because of those queries, you are lagging behind. Because when they come and check your file, oh, the other time you did this, so because of that, yours is going to be delayed. He has lied low, or she has lied low, 4 years come. The last police council, I tabled and insisted that we need to review the regulation. I think that for us to have a very efficient service, whether police, immigration, fire, prisons, it must be anchored on 3 things. 1, the attitude of the service person. 2, the skills that you have. And 3, the knowledge. And the skills can only be gotten only through periodic training. So you should, in my view, you should not just get promoted when you've not gone through certain regimental training. I'm sorry to say, we have police officers today. If you take them to the police range for firing, Madam Chair, they will piece on themselves. Yet they are walking around every 4 years, promote me. Another thing, someone comes as a professional. Madam, you are a professional. You are a professional, chartered accountant. You join a service. And then before you realize you want to be promoted to even come in the police, to be commissioner of police, that is wrong. It doesn't happen anywhere. Because you are a professional, you have a limit where you go. For you to become a commissioner means that you can be an IGP. You should be an operational person. Someone comes as a PR, then before you realize he will take the PR, he doesn't go anywhere, he hasn't been anything, he hasn't done anything significant. Tomorrow he's COP. And once he's COP, he starts knocking at politicians' door, I want to be IGP. I'm sorry to say I give this example. Madam Chair, I know an immigration officer, when we first came, that he is so NDC that he's a superintendent of immigration. He went to tell the corridors of government that he should be made the Comptroller General. But they don't know, myself, until I became the Interior Minister, I didn't know their nomenclature very well. Then the thing was forwarded to me. I look at it, I said, I don't want to believe that this is true. So I called the immigration, the Comptroller. Can you check your system, this person, what is his rank? He confirmed what I've seen on the paper. I quickly took my vehicle straight to the corridors of power. I said, this CV, do you know what it means? From superintendent, you go to chief superintendent. From chief superintendent to assistant commissioner. From assistant commissioner to deputy commissioner, before you get to the top. And this one, because he's so NDC, he wants to be picked from this middle to go and head the place. And do you know the funny thing? When he was recruited as a driver. How do we just want to do politics and destroy the institution that we have? So some of the new measures that the new government is trying to implement in the services, they themselves are not very comfortable with it because I insist that it should be based on merit. I was somewhere where a fire officer, who is a driver, he has driven the fire tender for long, and I got into a stage. He thinks that he should be able to cross to the next level without passing through the exams. I said, no, you must pass the exams. With the greater respect, you may be Senator Rawlings, the daughter of President Rawlings, who formed NDC. Once you are in the service, you must pass the exams before you can cross to the next level. We are not just going to jump you. Oh, but in the past they've done it. I said, if people have done in the past wrong thing, honestly, I'm not going to sit and supervise the wrong thing being done. So you can be rest assured, when it comes to the promotion, we'll be very mindful, and it will interest you to know. When we are even going for police council, I'll tell the IGP, IG, can I know the currently, you know what they call with the services, depending on the size of the service, they have what they call the established positions. So the police, how many COPs should you have? How many DCOPs should you have? So if you are coming for promotion, I will look. You already have, let's say, if you are supposed to have only 20 COPs, now you have 15, and you are saying that I should promote 6. Then I said that it will pass your established positions, because you are supposed to have maximum 20. Now you have 15, and now you are bringing 6. That will make it 21. So among them, who is the junior most? You should wait. When is somebody retiring? You have to match all that. And they are not comfortable. I know. They are not, but I keep in saying that, look, we cannot keep doing the wrong thing and expect that magic will happen. Some people should be firm to say that let's do the right thing and let's see what the right thing will do. I know people have told me, whispered into my ear. I mean, okay, you sit and be doing the right thing. Another government will come and mess all the right thing that you've done. At least whilst I'm there, let me do the right thing. That is the best thing. So thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. This is Parliament, so we don't clap here. But this is an extension. To be honest with you, this is worth, or was worth the wait. You know, we should have met you in August. And then for one reason or the other, we couldn't meet you because of your schedules and our schedules as well. And so it was worth the wait. And thank you so much for this interactive session. I wish you all the best. I pray and hope that you all discharge your mandates as is expected of you, so that at the end of the day, it is Ghana that wins. Thank you. Honorable Ranking, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are still live on TV. Let's call our Minister of Justice and Attorney General, please. A judicial service. Thank you. Have you guys taken the oath yet? Okay, clerk, swear them, let them take the oath.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Could you please introduce yourself to the committee?
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Fatibo Duasedu.
Judicial Service, did you take the oath? Judicial Service, did you take the oath? Hey, we are just like in court. Oh. You guys will administer the oath over there. You don't want to do it here.
So, please, you raise the Bible and then repeat after me. So, I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chair, my name is Charles Saiden, the Deputy Director of Finance.
You can sit and talk, please.
Honorable Chair, Mrs. Veratici, Director of Finance.
Honorable Chair, I'm Doris Honam Aka, Judicial Service.
Honorable Chair, I'm Kenneth Ampao.
You just mentioned your name.
Aka, accountant.
Accountant, okay.
Honorable Chair, Kenneth Ampao, Head of PPS.
Honorable Chair, good afternoon. My name is Fatibo Duasedu, Chief Director at Office of Attorney General, Ministry of Justice.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Helen Akpene Awoziu, Solicitor General of the Office of the Attorney General. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Aliu Sisi Nuhu, Administrator, Office of Attorney General, Ashanti.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Josephina Toshiwa, Financial Controller, Office of Attorney General, Ministry of Justice.
Where is the minister or the deputy?
Good afternoon. My name is Ernest Ofei, Regional Head of the Office of the Attorney General, Ashanti Region. Thank you.
Yes.
Where is the minister or the deputy minister?
Honorable Chair, they've been called to a very important meeting. They send their apologies that they couldn't make it today. because this particular meeting has been rescheduled. This is the second time we've been called upon. The first time they were actually available. So they sent their apologies.
Madam, your ministry requested for the change. That's why we rescheduled. So we are sorry we have to discharge you. We need to have the head of the institution here or a deputy person. So you are discharged. We'll communicate a new date to you.
Thank you, Honorable.
Judicial Service is here, right? But that's also under. So Judicial Service, you also go with them.
Yeah.
Minister of
Local government.
Minister of Local Government, please.
Honorable Chair, Judicial Service, we are not under the Ministry of Attorney General.
No, but your budget sits with them.
We are on our own. We are not an MDA under the Attorney General's department.
You are not under.
We are not under any ministry.
So who is your head?
Yes.
So who is your head?
The Chief Justice, and the administrative head is the Judicial Secretary.
So where's the Judicial Secretary?
Where's the Judicial Secretary?
Honorable Chair, please, they're in the General Legal Council meeting towards the call to the bar.
Thank you very much. We'll take care of our local government, please. Come with your head.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Honorable Minister, could you introduce yourself and your team, please?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Rita Nao Dolisoa, Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, standing in for my Honorable Minister, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Alhaji Amin Abdul Rahman. I'm the Chief Director of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Dr. Kojo Yeboah is my name. I work with the Land Use and Special Planning Authority as the Chief Executive Officer. Thank you.
My name is Felicia Dapa Ajamabwache, the Chief Director, Office of the Head of the Local Government Service.
My name is Samuel Blebu, Acting Director for Department of Community Development.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Eric Banoyele, the Financial Controller of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, my name is Joseph Nelson, Western Regional Minister.
My name is Rachel Fusua Sapon, the Acting Regional Coordinating Director, Western Region.
Honorable Chair, my name is Jonathan Jan Jew, the Regional Director, Department of Social Welfare.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, to start off with, we have our first infraction on Office of the Head of Local Government on earned salary of 53,154 Ghana cedis. What has happened to this amount?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm here with my Chief Director and other directors, as well as the RCCs. So they are going to speak to that. Thank you.
Madam, let me start from a different place. I will start from Department of Community Development, headquarters. Non-deduction of rent, which is 75,000 Ghana cedis.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The amount in question is 75,454 Ghana cedis. A partial payment has been made from the officers to the tune of 6,800, and that has been paid into the Attorney General's...
could you repeat what you just said? I want to hear it well.
Sorry, the 6,000...
Out of the 75,000, how much have you collected?
6,800 have been collected so far and have been deposited into the Auditor General's recovery accounts, and the rest have been scheduled to be paid in installments, not less than 1.5 years. We have also received a code from the Controller and Accountant General so that the deduction can be effected from the source starting from November this year.
Sir,
thank you, Honorable Chair.
Just let me remind you, you are live on GTV. Yes, you are live on Facebook. You are live on Parliament's TV channel. And you can look at this committee and tell us that out of 75,000 Ghana cedis, you've collected 6,800. And we should give you 1.5 years to collect this amount. I mean, now, Lazarus Benin, Assistant Director of Community, where is he?
Honorable Chair, please, he's not with us here.
He's not with you here.
Please.
He's supposed to pay 10% of his basic salary as rent. And he owes 12,000. Samuel Bleblu. He's a deputy director. He owes 23,900. How much of it has he paid?
Honorable Chair, collectively,
No, I'm talking about this particular person, Samuel Bleblu, who is a deputy director.
I think he had paid an amount of 3,000 out of the total amount.
You see, the number of months he's behind is 27 months. 27 months, and he's paid what? How much?
Honorable Chair, I think the arrangement is that he's supposed to pay 10,000 this amount to recover the amount in question within 27.
When did he start paying that 1,000 cedis?
Honorable Chair, the actual issue is that we actually applied to Controller and Accountant General to deduct the said rent from source since 2023. And in March 2024, we had a letter from Controller indicating that an allocation of a deduction code, but unfortunately, there was a mistake in the code. So we had to refer back to them for the correction. And unfortunately, it has delayed from Controller's point of view. In fact, these relevant documents have been made available to the auditors.
Sir.
And that's what.
Sir, sorry to cut you off. But all these people listed over here have owed this rent for 27 months. And you want 1.5 more years to collect this amount. How? What are you telling us?
Honorable Chair, I think what we took into account the ability to pay, because what we hopefully, thankfully, the code had been given. So what we agreed on was that once we pay the rent, while we pay what we have owned, we still will continue to pay the rest of the month that's ahead of us until the code is given. That's how come this arrangement was made. So now that we have received the code, we will talk with the auditors so that we look at the
Sir,
again.
You were not prepared coming to meet this committee. You were not prepared. Look, Ajua Achampo, who is a principal community development officer, lives in a big, small, single room, pays 80 cedis a month, and she owes 2,160. And we should give her 1.5 years to pay 2,160. Are we running an NGO or charity organization here? Sir, come again.
Honorable Chair, we have already started, intensifying the
I can make it easier for you.
Yes, the Honorable.
You pay this amount and you go after them to collect it. Simple. So auditors, take note. He's not making any effort. So he will pay 75,000 Ghana cedis. And then he will go after those people and collect his money.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair.
Yes, madam.
Yes, please. They haven't done so well, but I want to appeal that if we can give them 6 months to ensure that they clear the debts.
Madam, they had 27 months.
I really understand that, and they should have been saving towards the payment. But now that they are asking for 1.5 years, I think it's not in order. And so I want to step in. The ministry wants to step in to ensure that within 6 months, they paid off this money. Thank you.
Now, 6 months.
Yes.
If it's not paid within 6 months, then who pays?
Honorable Chair, it's under the ministry, so we'll see to that and ensure that payment is effected. Thank you.
Who would pay the amount of money in 6 months if the whole amount is not collected?
The community development department will pay the money, but the ministry will ensure that that payment is made.
Auditors, take note.
Thank you.
The minister has guaranteed that the amount, this money will be paid within 6 months. If not, the ministry will be taking care of this amount. the Department of Community Development. The acting director. Madam, the recommendation over here is we recommended that the acting director should ensure that the accountant collects the total rent of $75,453 from the staff involved, failing which the acting director and the accountant should pay. So, auditors, minister is saying that we should give them 6 months. The acting director, whether you are still with us or not, you will pay this amount of money. You just saw the IGP who just left and the head of prisons here. So I can always call them back.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
The next infraction is on paragraph 1784. And Honorable Duke Oferiata will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chairman. The infraction, withheld taxes not remitted to GRA to the tune of $3,788. The auditors noted from the review of financial records that withheld taxes amounting to $3,788 for the supply of goods and services were not remitted to the Commissioner General. Management, you accepted the recommendation. What is the status of these funds?
Honorable Chair, the withheld taxes have now been duly remitted to Ghana Revenue Authority, and evidence of payment has been attached, and copies have been given to the auditors. Thank you.
Auditors, can you please confirm?
Honorable Chair, the amount has been remitted to the GRA.
All right, thank you. The next infraction is on paragraphs 1788, and Honorable Shirley, Chair will take care of that one.
Thank you. This infraction is to do with unearned salary. The auditors noted that...
I'm sorry, it's at the Office of the Head of Local Government Service.
Yes. Okay. So the auditors noted that during their payroll records,
The head of
whoever joined us, have you taken the oath? Okay, then please take the oath before you can answer any questions.
Should I read?
I,
Professor Lord Mensah,
swear by the Almighty God,
swear by the Almighty God,
that the evidence I shall give before this committee, touching the matter in issue, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
All right, you are welcome. Introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'm Professor Lord Mason, Head of Local Government Service, please.
Thank you very much. Madam Shirley, continue your questioning, please.
so the auditors noted that Madam Gloria, who went on a study leave for 16 months, failed to resume duty upon completion of her course on 18th December 2024. And this resulted in an unserved bond and an unearned salary of 103,153.94 Ghana cedis. Madam Gloria has refunded 50,000 Ghana cedis into the Auditor's General Recoveries account. The auditors have recommended the Chief Director to make sure that the remaining 53,153.94 is refunded and paid into the Auditor General's account, or her guarantors pay same into the account. Can you please help us with the status of this recovery?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. As we speak now, the 53,153.94 has been paid on the 7th of August, 2025.
Auditors, can you please confirm the payment?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 1792. Official vehicle not accounted for. Where is that Land Cruiser? Western Regional Coordinating Council.
Honorable Chair, this was a vehicle that was being used by the former regional minister. And he came to Accra to the office of the president and got a new vehicle. But when he was coming, he didn't come with documents for the new vehicle, and he also didn't come with a letter confirming that the old one had been received at the presidency. So that is the status. That was the status then. And after this issue came up, we've written to the Office of the Presidency for them to confirm receipt of the old Land Cruiser and also issue a letter allocating a new one to us, but we still haven't heard anything from the head of the Office of the President.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
when was the letter written?
Honorable Chair, we've written 2 letters. One was in 2023, and then a reminder was sent in 2024, please.
So the former regional minister took the Land Cruiser that belonged to the Western Regional Coordinating Council. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
And he brought that Land Cruiser to Accra.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Honorable Chair.
And he came with another vehicle.
Yes, Honorable Chair. So it was as if it had been exchanged for a new one. Yes, Honorable Chair.
So the new Land Cruiser, where is that one?
That is what the current regional minister is using.
And there was no transfer.
No, Honorable Chair.
And you wrote the letter in 2023.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And we are in 2025.
Please, we sent a reminder in 2024. And
is that how you guys write reminders? You wrote it in 2023. Then you waited for a whole year before you wrote a reminder. So now the vehicle, you have the vehicle, but it hasn't been transferred yet.
yes, Honorable Chair.
So when are you? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. I wanted to find out, this new vehicle that is in your possession, do you have documents to that vehicle?
No, Honorable Chair, we don't.
So if somebody comes up tomorrow and says the vehicle belongs to that person, what do you do?
Honorable Chair, that's why we wrote. In fact, most of the vehicles that come to the RCCs don't come with documentation. So in our letter, we requested that an allocation letter be sent to us, and then documents on the vehicle be sent as well. So as a result, we are unable to get insurance for the vehicles or even roadworthy. So the regional minister's vehicle has no insurance and no roadworthy certificates.
Now, what is your position out there?
Please, I'm the acting regional coordinating director.
Do you have a copy of this report?
Yes, Honorable.
Have you seen what is written on paragraph 1795? See, let's read 1794. it says management indicated that the vehicle was taken away by national security operatives, but without formal transfer documentation for review. Now, you said it was a minister who took it, but not, they are saying over here there's national security.
Yes, Honorable Chair. That is what the Auditor General's report is saying, but the management letter and the response management at that time gave was that it was the minister that brought the vehicle to Accra.
Now, the recommendation was, we recommended that the regional coordinating director should retrieve the vehicle from the national security without further delay, or be held liable, and will be held liable to pay for its replacement cost. Have you retrieved that vehicle?
No, Honorable.
So, Madam, I think if we held you liable for the vehicle, you'll find a way of retrieving that vehicle. Because you wrote the letter in 2023, you waited to 2024 to write a reminder. It looks like we are not serious about the vehicle. That is my feeling.
Yes, Honorable. I think these were attempts by management at that time. And I assumed office about a month ago.
You took office about a month ago?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, if you were not there when this thing happened, when you are invited, bring the person who was there. It looks like we are shielding people who create all kinds of malfeasance and they move on. Who was the coordinating director at that time?
Honorable Chair, he's indisposed.
Madam, that wasn't the question I asked. There's a simple SHS question. Who?
He's Mr. Fred Ajiman.
Fred Adomako.
Ajiman.
Fred Ajiman. And where is he? He's indisposed, but has he been moved to another ministry or is he on?
Please, he's on sick leave.
Madam, did you drive the vehicle to Accra today? You said you are using the vehicle is in use now, the current one. That's what the regional minister is using.
Yes, yes,
so
Honorable.
should I assume that that is the vehicle you came with today?
Honorable Chair, no. I came by flight, so.
So you use the car in Western Region?
Yes.
You drive it?
Yes.
With no insurance and no roadworthy?
Honorable Chair, that is an anomaly that we've identified, and we are trying hard to rectify that.
So should you drive that vehicle and the unfortunate happen, what would you do?
Well, Honorable Chair, this is a challenge that I've come to meet, and every effort is being made to correct it. Because that's the only vehicle available to me, and that's the circumstance that, the RCC is faced with. And we are doing everything possible to have it corrected.
Do you actually need the original documentations before you can have a roadworthy and insurance covering the vehicle?
I think so. I think that you have roadworthy and insurance. The vehicle's primary documentation should be in place.
Have you bothered to inquire from the DVLA in whose name the vehicle is registered? Because when it has a chassis number, and secondly, it also has a number plate on it. Have you tried that option?
No, I've personally not tried that. We've not done that. But like I said, she came in, like she indicated, the previous director has been indisposed for some time. And she came in recently. So we've been sitting down looking at all the issues surrounding these matters. And we believe that very soon we'll have it, corrected.
I believe kindly try that, at least to give you an indication as to who exactly the vehicle is registered in the name, so that you can target your approach as trying to find the documentations rather than driving a vehicle that is not insured and also not roadworthy certified.
Honorable Chair, I think that's something we are going to do, but the issue here, as she indicated, is a certain system in place where vehicles that have come through to the RCCs have not come with documentation. And I think that is something that we have to, rectify, so that going forward, any vehicle that is released should come with some documentation, so that all the other things we need to do, as in getting insurance and all the others, we're able to do.
Honorable Minister, the Western Regional Minister at the moment, if he wasn't a regional minister, he'd be arrested by the police by driving a vehicle, no insurance, no roadworthy. Now we have a regional minister over here. God forbid something happens. The car doesn't have any insurance. Is that how we are treating our ministers?
Honorable Chair, as the regional minister has indicated, the ministry will liaise with them to ensure that the right thing is done, since he said they are working on it. Thank you.
How much a period should we give you, since for 2 years hasn't been done? So with a new team involved now, how long would that, do you think we should give you to rectify this issue?
Honorable Chair, this is a matter that I believe we can get resolved by close of year. By close of year.
Close of year?
Yes.
All right, I will give you that, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
The next infraction is on paragraph 1796, and Honorable Abena Osayasare will take care of that one.
Yeah, Chairman, thank you. This infraction, 32 staff of the Regional Coordinating Council live in government bungalows without paying their rent. The amount in default is 176,588 cedis. The auditors, during their work, also realized that you didn't have a rent ledger to track defaulters. We would like to know, or let me ask that, I would like to know, first, the state of government bungalows in the region. Secondly, whether you've been able to recover the said amount.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Narere Pobanyere David, the Regional Coordinating Director. To answer the first question, the state of government bungalows, I can say almost 75 to 80% of the bungalows we have in the region are in such a deplorable state that requires maintenance. Now, the other aspect of it that has to do with the default payment. Indeed, the RCC is initiating a lot of measures to see how to collect these rent arrears from the default staff. One of the measures we have adopted after I came into office and realized that this problem existed. Indeed, let me mention that the then Regional Coordinating Director, in whose presence this report came up, is late. And so I came in barely a month ago and met this problem. And so what I'm trying to do to solve the problem is I've asked my HR to do a data collection of all the staff affected for us to know their affordability levels as far as the payment is concerned. So when we know the affordability level of every staff, we'll be able to have an undertaking with them for at least the payment of whatever each individual owes to be spread out for a period of at least 6 months so that they can pay it to government as expected. This is what we are trying to do, Honorable Chair.
Yeah. Head of Service, welcome, Prof.
Thank you, Honorable.
Yes, Chief Director, RCC, do you believe that the rent you collect, the 10% rent, basic rent that you charge officers that occupies these bungalows, do you believe that this rent can actually maintain these bungalows? I say this because... No,
Honorable Member.
I know.
It's Honorable Member. That is a policy from Ministry of Finance. But whether it's enough, that is not their issue for them to talk about.
Yes, so it's an issue that... build my point, Chairman. When you rush me that way, it's not... Let me build my point.
Honorable Member, this is a case that we've gone through several times at Public Accounts Committee.
I know. I'm also helping. I wasn't there.
Okay.
You understand? I wasn't
Go
there
ahead.
at that
Go
time.
ahead.
I'm also helping them because I was a DC before. We build new bungalows and allocate to staff and charge them that amount of money, very meager. So that money cannot actually, maintain the bungalows. So it's an issue that if I'm helping them or they can say it here, then all of us as policy makers, we can help them. The reason why are not being able to maintain is because the monies that are charged, honestly, cannot maintain the bungalows. That is one of my observations. So if I'm bringing it out, it is for all of us to help them. Whichever quarters that we can table this, we table it. There are many things we say around this table that are not captured here. And when someone is making his point, you want to come and stop the person. It's not fair.
Honorable Member, you are out of order.
No problem.
When it comes to policy, we the parliamentarians, we don't make policy. It's for the executive. Let's move to the next one, please. The next one is paragraph 1802, and that is Honorable Brimer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the third paragraph relates to an unserved bond. And I just noted that one Silas Kofi Mokla was granted a 4-year study leave with pay. However, they said Mr. Mokla did not return to post after completing his study. And so he was required to refund an amount of 98,575.56 pesos, Ghana cedis, as salaries paid to him for the 4-year period that he undertook that course of study. The auditors also noted that management could not provide Mr. Mokla's bond forms for perusal upon request. So the recommendation was that the regional coordinating director should recover the total amount of 98,575.56 Ghana cedis with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana rate to be paid into the Auditor General's recovery account. Regional Coordinating Director, have you been able to collect this money?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. we have not been able to collect the said money from the said officer. That notwithstanding, we have written to IOCO to see how IOCO can help us in tracing the officer concerned so that the appropriate measures will be taken for the collection of the money. Thank you.
Director, one thing of interest to me is how we could, why couldn't we trace the forms, the bond forms, which is a necessary prerequisite for any employer to be given or to be awarded a steady leave with pay, so that if we had the bond, forms here, we know whom to fall on, to be able to locate Mr. Mokle. So how come he was given steady leave and then the bond where the guarantor signed to guarantee for him were not with your office?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In fact, we have not lost hope in tracing the forms. We are still making strenuous efforts to see how the forms can be obtained so that we can get the appropriate information to act.
That's after how many years? Because this infraction, I think this report was in 2023, and up to now, the forms, and then I believe the approval for the steady leave was granted somewhere 2018, 2019, and up to now, you don't know where the forms are.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Like I said, I have just come in, and I'm putting in a lot of effort to see how this can be addressed.
So do we take it that now you don't even know the guarantors who guaranteed for Mr. Mokle?
For me, as an individual, I will say I don't know them.
As a coordinating council?
As a coordinating council, the forms will help us to be able to know who the guarantors are.
And where are the forms?
That's what we are tracing for.
Chairman, something is missing somewhere. What is it? Oh, yes, something is missing somewhere. How do you grant steady leave to an employee and now you can't even trace the bond forms? It's in transit. To where? So I think the approving officers at that time should be held liable if we are not able to find.
Who approved this bond in 2019?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Is the head of the local government service at the time.
Prof, the ball is coming to your court.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
That's the office. So maybe you could be of help.
Yes. For local government service, we report through, Honorable Chair, for local government service, we report through the structures. So at the regional level, if they are not able to find copies of the forms, my chief director just whispered to me that we have copies at the headquarters.
So you have copies at the head office? So can that be shown to the auditors, please?
Yes, we should be able to do that, Honorable Chair.
And on it, you will find the guarantors?
Yes. Usually it comes with a bond.
Yes, and then we can go after them for the money.
So next level, what we're looking at to prevent future occurrence of such things, we want to commit the guarantors as well.
All right. Honorable Payton.
Chairman, my question will go to the management. They indicated here to the auditors that they've requested for the copy from the local government head office. I want to know, do they have a copy of the letter that they've written to, or they wrote to local government service indicating that truly they requested? Do they have a copy of the letter? And has that letter shown to the auditors?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, we have a copy of that letter here. It was dated 16th October 2024.
But Chief Director, if they had this letter at your office, and they, no, if they wrote a letter to local government services 2024, and you didn't get a response, whom did you address that letter to?
The head of service.
In 2024?
In 2024, Honorable Chair.
And you didn't get a response?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
But now it looks like they have the letter.
Honorable Chair, that is why I said that we are making follow-ups. That's one of the areas that our focus is on to be able to be assisted.
Okay. Follow up with it and then let's see how it goes. We are giving him 30 days. I mean, he can find out where the letter is, the copy of the bond, and then inform the auditors about it, show it to them, and then we'll follow up on trying to get the guarantors. Thank you very much, Prof, for letting us know you have the letter.
Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, Kumasi. Are they here? Okay. Mr. Kwejo Yeboah, you said. That's my uncle's name. So when you mentioned, I lifted up my head to see whether it was my uncle sitting there, but I realized there's a different Kwejo Yeboah altogether. There's an unserved bond term for one Eliza Abakofi of 59,734. Can you please give us an update on whether you have carried out the recommendation from the Auditor General?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Management, we've made several attempts to recover this amount, but unfortunately, our efforts have not yielded any positive results. And consequently, we sought strategic advice from the Public Services Commission how we'll be able to recover this. We were advised to contact YOCO, which we officially wrote to YOCO on the 24th of June, 2025. YOCO also informed us that they need some critical information in order for them to investigate the issue, which we have provided to them. So we believe that YOCO will be able to investigate and recover this amount for us.
For this particular person, do you have the form?
Yes, please.
So you know the guarantor?
So we've provided the guarantors, everything to you.
But why didn't you contact the guarantor yourself? Or you have done that and it didn't yield any
results? Yes, we contacted them, but it didn't yield any, any results.
So then what's the essence of guaranteeing something for somebody? If you just fill that form and you don't bear the responsibility should the person refuse the terms stated in the bond, then what's the use of a guarantor?
So Honorable Chair, we've realized that the bond forms, there are some things that we need to do further. So based on that, what we are doing now is, after you've signed the bond form, we ask you to also give us a consent letter. Because at times you contact the guarantors, they will say that, hey, we never knew that this should be the issue. No, they have signed. But the consent letter will indicate that they have really consented to, the bond that they have signed. So going forward, that is what we're doing now.
Well, but I'm thinking that whoever signs a bond clearly has consented to the consequences of this or anything that happens on the face of it. So must you get a consent? Must they fill another consent letter before they take responsibility for those who break or renege on these bonds? Just before you came, we had the Interior Minister telling us how they are carrying out issues like this. And so I ask that, Honorable Minister, you speak to your colleague, the Interior Minister, to see if he can help you also get in touch with Eliza Abakofi in the way they are handling theirs, which we believe will bear some fruits for us in the end. But you also have to follow up with Yoko. You don't just say, I have written to Yoko, I have done this, and then you fold your arms and sit here and look at us. You will have to also follow up with Yoko and find out from them what they are doing. You have provided them with the information, the relevant information, so we need to see them working. And so, sir, you have to find out from them. And next time, I know it will appear here again because you haven't redeemed or solved this infraction. But next time, you will need to come with an update, a clear update of you clearing the bond, or you'll be surcharged as the auditors have provided.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Department of Social Welfare. They are here, yes. Unaccounted revenue, 14,210. We were told this money was supposed to be lodged in the consolidated fund, and it wasn't. Within 24 hours, and it wasn't. So I know you are coming to tell us that beyond a year, you have paid all the monies into the accounts, because this was supposed to have gone into the accounts within 24 hours of collection. And so give us an update on it.
Honorable Chair, the monies have been paid, but the problem that we had was that the day they came for the auditing, our accountant couldn't trace the pay-in slips that very day. So she promised that she would look for it and then send it to them. So she called the auditors, and they agreed that they will come and have a look at the pay-in slips. But unfortunately, they didn't come. Then, early this year, the auditor called me that if we don't bring the documents for her to have a look at it, she'll bring us here. So I told the accountant, who is now on retirement, that quickly you should go and show the pay-in slip documents to them. So she met the auditor. But unfortunately, again, the auditor couldn't get time to look at the documents. So we've paid the money. Yes.
So, Audit Service, can you confirm if you have now seen the document, validated the document, and so this can be taken off their books?
Honorable Chair, we got it this today. We'll have to do the validation and get back to the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Public Works Department, Greater Accra, unrecovered debt of 29,226. And is in respect of rent records of 6 tenants occupying the department's warehouse. The total debt was 49,000 and 20,000 has been paid. So the outstanding amount is 29,000.
Honorable Chair, please, this particular one is not under Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. It's under Ministry of Works and Housing.
PWD is not under local government.
No, Honorable Chair.
Remember in August when we met them? Yeah, they said it was under local government. So we had to step the questions down. We met Works and Housing in August, and they said the PWD was under local government. And so we had to step the questions down. Are they not part of the assemblies? They are part of the assemblies.
Honorable Chair, PWD Greater Accra is under the Regional Coordinating Council, Greater Accra.
So are we not speaking to the right people?
Honorable Chair, I think you are.
Are we not speaking to the right people, yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. So proceed to answer the question.
Honorable Chair, we'll seek your permission to go back and then contact the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council and then get back to the committee. Thank you.
Minister, I'll oblige. But there's another one from the Western region that also has to do with building, operating, and transfer agreements between Messrs. Electroland Ghana Limited and Rigpat Company Limited. The infraction here is that you entered into this agreement without appropriate approval. If you have the document, it's on page 464. Can we give them one of the Auditor General's reports? Page 464. But the technical people from local government, didn't you know you were coming to answer these questions? This is a public document. This is not a document that we produce here. This is a public document. And you should go through to check all the infractions that you have been cited for. It's on page 464 of the report. You see Ministry of Works and Housing, but we all know that the Public Works Department is under the Regional Coordinating Council. And that's exactly what Ministry of Works and Housing told us the day they came in here.
So, Madam Chair, I think that we got the set of questions from the Office of Parliament. But unfortunately, this particular one was not captured in the letter that came to us.
And what I'm saying is that this document is not a secret document. It's a public document. So it is also your responsibility to go through and check whether even what we have sent to you is adequate or not. But I will, like I told the minister, we'll allow it to, we'll step this down and ask you to go and prepare and come and answer these questions. There's another one still under Western Region, Public Works Department, unremitted revenue to the consolidated fund of 50,081 cedis. 50,081 cedis. And the auditor is recommending that the regional engineer should ensure that the head of accounts transfers the money into the consolidated fund. So, Minister, there are 3 infractions here on page 464 and 465. And so we'll ask that we'll give you another date to appear before us to answer these 3 queries.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Chair. We'll come back with the answers.
Okay. Minister, my chair tells me you are done, but I have one question. I want to know the role of DISEC in the various districts, the role of the district's security. Yeah, I want to know the role of DISEC in the various districts.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I think that DISEC is actually put in place to ensure that security is adequately maintained at the district level. And so wherever there is conflict or there are disturbances, Then the DASEC will come in and see how they will mediate to ensure that peace prevail. That's their basic rule.
That's their basic rule.
Yeah.
And so they write reports, and when they write the reports, who do they send the reports to, please?
So normally the reports of DASEC go to the REGSEC at the regional level. REGSEC will normally review the reports, and if there are any follow-up actions to be taken, then they take it up and resolve some unresolved issues at the district level.
Okay. And so we all know, last week Friday, an incident happened in Etiwa West. And a member of parliament was handing over a completed astroturf to the community. The district chief executive, who is under the Ministry of Local Government, through DISEC, said by handing over that facility, it will create tension, and so they won't allow the member of parliament to do that. They brought in national security, they brought in the police to stop it. I believe this has come to your attention. Can we hide under DISEC to do some of these things? Something as simple as handing over a completed astroturf. Honorable Minister, the DCs are under you, and we are your colleagues. We expect that they cooperate with us as we also cooperate with them. But we cannot hide under reports. That's why I asked where does the reports go to? So when they write these reports and it gets to the next stage, do they even come to check or verify some of these things? How does handing over a completed astroturf bring tension between one party and another party? Respectfully, Minister, I expect you to address this issue. This shouldn't be an issue that is just on social media, but an issue that you should address as colleagues, not here, but as colleagues. You should address it properly, because today it is somebody, tomorrow it might be you. And we don't want the DCs hiding behind reports of DISEC to do things that are certainly not the situation on the ground. With this one, I don't expect you to respond, but I was just sharing with you the sentiments of the people of Etiwa West. This was a simple handing over of a completed astroturf. And we expect that you take this matter up and do the needful. And also, let's not use this to bring or create fear and panic, because we have lived peacefully with everybody, and we expect that to continue even in an NDC government. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just to add a little, this issue has come to the attention of the ministry, and my Honorable Minister, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, has invited the DC to come and brief him as to what went on. So you get a report from that. Thank you.
And I also I'm hoping and looking forward to a clean and bright country. As I saw your minister announce, was it 2 days ago, that we should give him some time and that we will see a clean and a bright Accra and Ghana. So we are waiting and hoping, marking time. And at the right time, we hope that will happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And that is definitely going to happen by the grace of God. And coming Saturday, the 4th of October, is National Sanitation Day. We would want to urge all Ghanaians, wherever you are, you have to be involved in the Clean Up Ghana exercise. Do not open your shops till 10 a.m. when the exercise is complete. Security will be out there, and the sanitation issues are part of the guidelines for the MMDCs. And so every MMDC is going to be marked on their clean and districts. And so we are going to ensure that Ghana is going to be clean, Accra will be bright, and all other districts will be bright. Thank you.
Minister, this is free opportunity, free adverts for you. But thank you very much for attending upon us.
Madam, thank you. You are discharged.
Thank you.
Do we have Minister of Agric? Okay, come on up, please. Is Minister of Agric here?
Doris.
Do you have the minister here?
No, please.
What about the deputy?
The deputy too is not. He's traveled out.
Okay, and we may have to reschedule this meeting because we'll need either a minister or a deputy minister here with you. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Noted.
Ministry of Agric, is this the first time you are attending upon the Public Accounts Committee?
No, please.
So then why do you know what is expected of you and then you do something else? Because you always come with the political head and then the principal spending officer, which is your chief director. And so if the minister or deputy is not in, respectfully, we are all serving our nation in different capacities. Let's attach seriousness to what we do. We called your minister is not here. It's the same with the AG Minister for Justice. They also refuse to attend upon the Public Accounts Committee. We are all doing our or they also failed to attend upon the Public Accounts Committee. We are all discharging our mandates in different capacities. Let's respect each other's mandates and do what is expected of us. We will have to reschedule you, but there are also other equally important things that we do. When you do this, you throw our program off board. And so we don't expect this to happen again. So tell the Minister for Agric that we expect to see him or his deputy heading the delegation. And it's the same with the Attorney General and Minister for Justice. He should come or his deputy should come. That is how we address queries, or that is how, that is what the protocol is when Parliament calls you on the Auditor General's reports. It is given. It is what is done every time. And I don't expect that under this government, they want to do anything different. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the we've come to the end of the day. Tomorrow we are expecting Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness and Industry, Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, and Ministry of Transport, all tomorrow. Thank you very much. And the meeting has been adjourned.